Welcome to the Flora podcast, a place where we help you create a life you're excited about. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Flora, and today we're going to talk about how mindset work is a lot like housework. If you're new to my channel or to this podcast, welcome. I'm Flora Sage. I am a simplification and decluttering expert. I've been helping people declutter their lives for over 25 years, and specifically helping them declutter the 9 types of clutter that prevent you from aligning into a life or a business that you absolutely love. So recently I was speaking with one of my clients during her session, and she was talking about how she really did not like that mindset work was a daily thing. She's like, I wish I could just do the mindset work. Once I have it mastered, then be done with it, and not have to redo it every single day. And I shared with her, I said, mindset work is a lot like housework. We get in there and we deep clean and we have it mastered and we're like, yes. But then what happens is we go about and live our everyday lives. And that means we're going to get crumbs on the floor. We're going to have to vacuum and sweep. There's going to be dust on the cabinets, so we have to dust. We're going to use the toilet, so we're going to have to clean the toilet. We're going to floss our teeth, so that means wiping off the mirror. And mindset work is a lot like that, where, all these daily things come in and we realize, wow, maybe I have a negative thought about this, or maybe a limiting belief about that. And recognizing it's not the end of the world. It's just like, oh, okay, this is just something that I just need to clean up. Just like dirt on your cabinet, you just address that particular thing. Now, I know a lot of my audience members have been doing the work. Many of you have been in my memberships, my inner circle way back in the day. That started in, I believe, 2010, and then that morphed into the Mastermind Mafia and the 1 Degree Shift Tribe and the Flora Sage Institute. And that's one of the things that we've talked about for years, is recognizing those little shifts that we really want to make, and we shift them just 1 degree at a time. And that's what mindset work is like, just recognizing whatever's coming in and going, oh, that's not a thought that I want, let me shift it. Now, more specifically, working with the mindset work of getting the life that you want and aligning into a life you want. Again, part of that we've been talking about forever here on the podcast and on my channel is figuring out, what do you want? What do you want? And then what is your mindset towards getting that thing? Do you believe that you can have it? Do you believe you can achieve it? Do you believe that you can be that person? That's step number 1. What do you want, and do you believe that you can have that thing? If you don't believe that you can have that thing, ask yourself why or why not. And that might be a session for me as your coach to help you unpack that, or for your therapist, or digging out your journal and really looking at why you believe you can't have, do, or be something, that thing that you want. If you do believe that it's possible, yeah, I really want this, or I believe that I can be this person, this version of this person, then it's literally just allowing yourself to embody that feeling of having that thing in your life, or doing that thing, or being that version of yourself. I've got many podcasts that dig in and go into that, but ultimately, allowing yourself to reprogram your thoughts and reprogram your mind to look for the possibilities and the opportunities every single day, and to look for those resources and say, I am so resourced. There's so many opportunities just knocking on my door. I'm open to opportunities. I'm open to the resources. I'm open to the possibilities. And then start looking for those things to come in. This is one of the things that blows my clients' minds when they come in and start working with me, and they've had this one issue in their life and they're like, I just feel so stuck here. Or I feel like no matter what I do, this thing just isn't happening in my life or in my business, and I just don't understand why. And so when we unpack it, it's their mindset. they're doing all the strategy right. They're doing all the things right, but their mindset, their narrative, their inner dialogue is saying, yeah, but this, and yeah, but that, and all the other people that I know that are doing this took them years to do this and years to do that. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's everybody else. What about you? You don't have to wait 2 years to make this happen. You don't have to have XYZ in place before this can be your reality. I'm sure you've heard of so many successful people that work on their mindset daily. You know, the big top two, Oprah, Tony Robbins, they say that they do mindset work every single day. I have a 10-figure business mentor of mine. She does mindset work daily, and a lot of it is geared towards her earning. She's a 10-figure earning business mentor, okay? And she still does affirmations and mindset work every single day. Mindset work really truly is all about reprogramming the way that you think about something so that you can focus more on the opportunities and the resources and the possibilities of the thing that you want happening. So instead of thinking that something isn't going to happen, think of it how it is going to happen. You know, ego is the one that brings in the negative thinking and that negative mindset. It does this by bringing up like your past failures and the doom and gloom and all these things to keep you from trying new things. Ego's job is to point out threats to keep you safe and stuck, okay? So shifting from that ego-based thinking and that negative-based thinking to a more trusting and intuitive and more positive-based thinking is where the daily maintenance of mindset work comes in. When you recognize that what you focus on, you get more of, that's the law of increase, mindset work becomes so much easier because you recognize, I love this thing in my life, so I'm going to keep pouring out gratitude and appreciation for this thing in my life. Now, when you recognize that when you pick what you want and say, I want this, boom, and you start living from that place of already having that thing, which I've talked about in a lot of different podcast episodes, you notice more ways to get and have and be and do that thing in your life. But also, you might notice some thoughts come up that aren't in alignment with it. And that's when you just stop and say, I'm just going to shift. That's just dust that you need to clean up. That's just a mindset shift that you're like, oh, all right, let's just shift it there. I want you to remember that every expert was once a beginner, and every expert uses the beginner 101 skills to keep them an expert. And those that forget the basics quickly fail. And you see this time and time and time again with the experts. They always teach and go back to the basics. And that is part of mindset work, is the basics of recognizing that daily maintenance is the key. What does daily maintenance look like? It can look like pulling out your journal and affirming what it is that you want, writing out that gratitude list, writing out what you're bringing into your life as if it's already happened, and truly embody it. You know, if you want to work on your mindset and you want to kind of dig into kind of the neurological and science-based things, there's a fabulous book by Carol Dweck. It's called Mindset. And she talks about having a fixed or a growth mindset. It's a fabulous book, highly recommended. I'll put the link in the show notes. Another book is The Awakened Imagination by Neville Goddard. This is all about embodying the energy of the wish fulfilled, least action, and just all the things that you guys know I absolutely love. Neville Goddard, if I had to pick one book, I would pick The Complete Reader by Neville Goddard. That's like everything anybody needs to know to be successful in life. It's so good. And another one is The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And that is by Joseph Murphy. Fabulous book. Like I said, all of these I will put linked in the show notes for you because it's incredible. But ultimately, the key to mindset is just the everyday tidying up. Every day, tidy up. And tidying up doesn't have to be messy. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, I have to deep clean. No, it's just straightening the pillows, folding the blankets, wiping down the cabinets. It's literally just saying, this is my life. I love it. These are all the ways that I want to share my gratitude, and just pour out your gratitude. Again, this could be in a journal. This could be to the people in your life. You could call them, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I absolutely love you and adore you and you're just incredibly amazing. And again, what we focus on, we get more of. And recognizing those negative thoughts, the negative mindset, the limiting beliefs, we recognize it and say, wait a minute, no ma'am, I am not holding on to this energy. I'm not holding on to this old belief, because the future is not written yet. I create my future by what I do, by the actions that I take today, and by the way that I think and operate in my life every single day. Allow yourself to be in that space of authority and agency over your life. Allow yourself to recognize that answer to that question that I asked you earlier, what do you want? And own the fact that you have every right to get that. You have every right to be that best version of yourself possible. You have every right to be a success in whatever field that you're in. You have every right to have a healthy relationship with your partner. You have every right to have a healthy, strong, flexible body, free from inflammation. You have every right to have healthy finances and an abundance of wealth coming in. You have every right to have time freedom in your life. You have every right to have a strong social and spiritual connection and community supporting you. Give yourself permission to simply claim it and own that and embody the energy as if these things are already in your life. And that requires that daily maintenance. That requires that daily work of just recognizing, what do I have, and operate from that place of already having those things, and operate from that place of embodying. How will it feel when I have this in my life? And all time is now. So right now, there is a version of you that already has these things. Embody that. And that's when we close the gap faster than you could ever possibly imagine. If you want my help with this, click the link in the show notes for the Align Your Life monthly or the single session. Let's talk. Let's get you aligned with a life or a business that you're absolutely wildly obsessed with. I hope this serves you today. Remember, all it takes is a clear vision of what you want, where you want to go, and the willingness to take a small 1-degree shift every single day to align into a life that you are wildly obsessed with. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. All links mentioned are in today's show notes.